Insights on Brad Stone's Amazon Unbound, narrated by Paul Bartlett. Overview. Brad Stone's Amazon Unbound 2021 is an extensively documented, brilliantly illustrated portrayal of how a retail upstart became one of the world's most powerful and feared entities. Stone delves into the metamorphosis of Jeff Bezos, who first emerged as a nerdy engineer completely dedicated to the creation of Amazon, then evolved into a fit, disciplined millionaire with global ambitions, who commanded Amazon with an iron fist, even while his personal life was exposed in the tabloids. Bezos' empire, which began in a garage, has grown to encompass the entire planet. Its staff has more than quadrupled, and its market capitalization has risen to well over $1 trillion. We live in a world where Amazon and its iconoclast founder run, supply, and control everything. And Amazon Unbound provides an intense look behind the scenes. Insights from Chapters 1 and 2. 1. Amazon's buildings in Seattle's developing South Lake Union neighborhood, which the company moved into in 2010, were unremarkable physically. There was no conspicuous signage revealing the existence of a renowned online firm with almost $35 billion in yearly sales, at the request of its CEO, Jeff Bezos. 2. Bezos had advised colleagues that nothing beneficial could come from that type of apparent self-aggrandizement. Anyone who had business with the company would already know where it was located. 3. Bezos constantly carries himself in a way that exemplifies Amazon's operational philosophy. For example, the CEO went to considerable efforts to demonstrate Amazon's principle number 10 of frugality: get more done with less. Constraints encourage resourcefulness, independence, and innovation. There are no bonus points for increasing the budget. 4. Amazon's principle number 8, think big, was the most important leadership concept Bezos followed, and it came to define the following half-decade at Amazon. 5. Thinking small, he claims, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Leaders set and articulate a bold course that motivates people to take action. They think outside the box and search for new methods to service clients. 6. Alexa, Amazon's virtual assistant AI, was the product of several years of work and research. First, the company focused on making it the most natural-sounding AI speaking voice. 7. It was originally intended to respond to very basic commands, like playing music, but Bezos wanted it to be more of a personal assistant that responded to a wide range of commands, from checking the weather to ordering groceries. 8. When it came to naming it, they considered several options, like Jacqueline, Bezos' mother's name, Finch, Friday, Samantha, and even Amazon. They settled for Alexa, short for Alexandria, the site of the ancient Egyptian library and a capital of knowledge. 9. In 2013, Alexa prototypes were handed out to Amazon employees in order to test the product and get feedback. The early model was a failure. It barely functioned and had many bugs. 10. One engineer who reviewed the audio recorded from Bezos' device found that he had told Alexa to shoot herself in the head out of frustration. 11. To solve the many issues of the virtual assistant, Amazon acquired several AI companies and asked them to concentrate their efforts into making Alexa into the vision Bezos had. 12. Amazon had sold over 100 million Echo systems by 2019. A product created by Bezos' passion for science fiction and obsession with invention had become universally recognized in less than a decade. 13. Bezos always valued and sought innovation. Whereas he was terrifyingly strict with employees in most matters, he was patient and encouraging with the teams working on Amazon's innovative projects, like Alexa or Amazon Go. 14. Amazon Go was Bezos' idea of a store where you can grab whatever you want and go, with your credit card being charged automatically, eliminating wait times for a cashier to check out your items. 15. The technology for such a concept needed years and years of development and fine-tuning. They installed cameras in stores that would track what each customer put into their cart, and it was important to perfect them because if they made mistakes, customers would simply stop coming. 16. Finally, in 2018, the first Amazon Go store opened for the public. Shoppers were astounded by how easy and fast the shopping process was. The store wasn't a huge moneymaker for Amazon, but the important part for Bezos was that Amazon pioneered the shopping experience of the future. Insights from Chapters 3 through 5. 1. In 2004, Amazon entered the Chinese market with a book-selling startup named Joyo. They believed they could replicate their success in the Western world in China by following the same methods. 2. They slowly realized that this was not going to be the case. As Amazon modestly expanded its repertoire of products, new online selling giants started emerging on the Chinese market, namely Alibaba and Jingdong, who understood Chinese customers better. 3. By the 2010s, Amazon was not a force to be reckoned with in China. Thus, when Bezos decided to take Amazon to India, he knew he couldn't operate as he did in the West, and he had to adapt to the Indian customer. 4. Amazon India hired Indian engineers and employees to handle the setting up process, as well as the running of the service, led by Bezos' technical advisor, Amit Agarwal, who is Indian. 5. Amazon.in went live on June 5, 2013. By mid-2014, traffic was surpassing Amazon's most optimistic expectations and projections. 6. Their main competitor was Flipkart, an online shopping service started by two former Amazon employees. As soon as Amazon.in went online, a fierce competition started between the two companies. 7. When Flipkart announced a fresh infusion of $1 billion in venture capital, Bezos himself traveled to India. He planned to hold an extravagant ceremony where he arrived on the back of an Indian elephant holding a $2 billion check for Amazon India. 8. When the elephant wasn't available, Bezos agreed to perform the publicity stunt while riding a Tata truck adorned with ceremonial decorations instead, sporting a formal cream-colored traditional Bendigala suit. 9. Because Amazon and Flipkart were negatively affecting small businesses due to their volume of sales and large selections, in 2019, the Indian government tightened foreign investment laws. 10. Amazon and Flipkart were forced to divest their stakes in their linked businesses and were prohibited from making exclusive deals with manufacturers or giving excessive discounts. 11. In October 2014, former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer appeared on a talk show and threw serious shade at Amazon. He said it was a nice company that made no money, and businesses that don't make money are useless. 12. At the time, Amazon's performance seemed to warrant Ballmer's comments. The company had lost $241 million that year, and during the holiday season, it experienced its worst sales increase since the dot-com crisis. It had dropped 20% in the preceding 12 months by December 31, 2014. 13. Ballmer and other Amazon critics, on the other hand, were grossly underestimating the genuine success of Amazon's older business sectors, which the corporation deliberately kept private. Amazon was lucrative, especially in mature retail sectors such as books and electronics in the United States and the United Kingdom. 14. However, rather than amassing massive sums of money and disclosing it on the balance sheet, as firms like Microsoft and Apple did at the time, Bezos put the vast majority of Amazon's profits into new endeavors in order to expand the company. 15. There was little debate about Amazon's ascendance by the end of 2015. The company reported its third consecutive quarterly profit, as well as sales increase of 69%. In the space of a year, Amazon's market value had doubled. 16. At the same time, Amazon became the fastest corporation in history to reach $100 billion in yearly sales, achieving Bezos' long-held ambition. 17. The Washington Post was in a state of decline until Bezos bought it in 2013 for $250 million in cash and helped it recover. The changes he made were to the paper's digital business, not the print one, as he considered print media to be dying. 18. Bezos saw that he could put his money toward causes he cared about, such as preserving a robust and independent press. Saving the Post would be a huge win for the American media industry, as well as a symbolic gesture for the country and democracy. 19. Bezos infused the paper with elements of his well-honed business philosophy. Instead of despair, he preached a full embrace of technology, swift experimentation, and optimism about the Internet's possibilities. 20. The number of unique visitors to the Post's websites and applications increased by 56% between 2014 and 2015. In October 2015, the Post even overtook the New York Times in terms of unique monthly visitors for a while. Insights from chapters 6 through 8. 1. Publicists for Amazon's 2016 film Manchester by the Sea were looking for a way to promote the film. One of the publicists had the idea of asking Bezos whether he would host a party for the film in Los Angeles. 2. They emailed him and got an unusually quick reply. Yes, let's do it at my house. On Saturday evening, December 3rd, the party was hosted at Bezos' $24 million mansion in Beverly Hills. Hundreds of celebrities and Hollywood names attended. 3. Bezos became prominent in Hollywood over the next 3 weeks. Amazon was now discussed in the same sentence as Netflix, another Hollywood upstart crafting a revolutionary future for the entertainment industry. 4. Despite a growing storm of controversy around earlier charges of sexual harassment, the film's major star, Casey Affleck, won the 2017 Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Dramatic Film, as well as the equivalent award at the Oscars. 5. Amazon's domestic retail sales were rising at a solid 25% rate in 2015, and by 2017, they were rising at a quicker rate of 33%. 6. Amazon was more profitable and making more sales than it ever had before, even with yearly retail revenues of more than $100 billion in North America alone. The hormones of a much younger corporation seemed to run through its veins. 7. Customer visits increased as a result of Amazon's low prices and Prime members' commitment, which prompted more third-party vendors to put their items on its marketplace. More products meant more customers. 8. Furthermore, the commissions Amazon gave sellers enabled the business to drop prices even further and invest in faster delivery for a bigger percentage of items, making Prime even more appealing. As a result, the success wheel spun faster and faster. 9. In 2013, Amazon launched its first ever grocery delivery service, Amazon Fresh, with plans to expand to other markets. The company had limited success with the service at first. 10. Bezos and the S-Team, the senior team of Bezos' advisors, were originally excited about the idea of a grocery delivery service, but they later realized that having a location-based business like this would be too costly and difficult. 11. Later, Amazon decided to develop a smartphone app-based service that would store and sell a selection of the most popular products on Amazon from strategically located warehouses, and form partnerships with retail and grocery stores and list their products. The service, Prime Now, was introduced on December 18, 2014. 12. Today, Amazon Fresh and Prime Now are both still in operation and have expanded to multiple cities in America and around the world. 13. On June 16, 2017, Amazon announced its acquisition of Whole Foods, the grocery chain that promoted healthy food, in a $13.7 billion deal that shocked the world. The most famous e-commerce corporation had purchased one of the most iconic grocery chains. 14. Discounts for Prime members, Kindle, and Alexa devices became available at Whole Foods stores. On Prime Now, the modest product selection was quickly complemented by Whole Foods' much larger selection of everyday products. 15. The supermarket business was also praised for possibly the first time ever decreasing its costs. Whole Foods suppliers were subjected to consistent standards and tougher financial terms as a result of Amazon's efforts. 16. The transaction sent Amazon shares soaring that day, adding $15.6 billion to its market valuation and pushing it above $475 billion, demonstrating Wall Street's faith in Bezos' every decision. Insights from chapters 9 through 11. 1. Amazon only had 7 warehouses in the United States and 3 in Europe in 1999, and they were barely able to handle the frantic holiday sales surge. 2. By 2012, Amazon had roughly 40 fulfillment centers in the United States and another 24 in other countries. 3. The large buildings were mainly based in remote places in order to reduce Amazon's labor costs and tax burden, which wasn't optimal for customer satisfaction. They also relied on lower-wage employees to pick the proper products from shelves, which required them to walk an average of 12 miles each day. 4. By August 2017, Amazon's supply chain in the United States had grown to over 140 fulfillment centers, many of which were located in urban areas. 5. Hundreds of new smaller facilities were also built by Amazon, including sortation centers that grouped shipments by zip codes, Prime Now grocery centers, delivery stations, and even airport hubs. 6. Along with its rapid expansion, Amazon's treatment of its warehouse workers had come under increased criticism. 7. Amazon was depicted in the media as a cruel employer who put profit before safety and shied away from accountability for accidents and even deaths caused by its operations. Amazon denied the accusations and insisted that safety was its top priority. 8. By the fall of 2017, Bezos had stayed closely involved with new ventures including Alexa, Amazon Studios, and the Amazon Go stores, where he believed his ideas and assistants could make a difference. 9. However, he was going into the office less frequently and essentially delegated responsibility for the company's increasingly complicated major businesses, retail and web services, to his co-CEOs, Jeff Wilke and Andy Jassy, who reported to him. 10. Bezos, who'd been the world's second wealthiest person up to that point, ultimately beat Bill Gates to the title. Adjusting for inflation, he soon was wealthier than Gates was at the height of the Microsoft Windows monopoly. 11. The founder of Amazon had plenty of reason to unwind, get in shape, and take a break from the day-to-day operations of the firm he built. 12. Amazon's stock had tripled in value over the previous 2 years, bringing its market capitalization to over $500 billion in the summer of 2017, and $730 billion by the end of 2018. Insights from chapters 12 through 15. 1. By 2018, the different strands from Bezos' private endeavors and Amazon's economic accomplishments had finally come together to paint a brilliant picture of the company and its creator. 2. With the virtual assistant Alexa promising to usher in an age of seamless speech computing, millions of people across the world now owned an Amazon Echo, bringing Amazon from their doorstep into their homes. 3. Hits like The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and Fleabag positioned the company as part of a disruptive new wave in Hollywood and established streaming video as another gateway into the lucrative Prime ecosystem. 4. Amazon sought expansion and publicized that it was seeking a second headquarters besides the one in Seattle. Cities all over America clamored for the opportunity which would boost their economies. 5. When Amazon announced that they had chosen to split HQ2 into 2 locations, in Arlington County, Virginia, and Queens, New York, there was an immediate uproar from New York residents who opposed the gentrification that would come with such a project. HQ2 then was localized in Arlington alone. 6. The morning Amazon canceled its plans for Queens headquarters, February 14, 2019, a scandal involving Bezos was made public in international news. 7. The news that the world's richest man was romantically linked with a married former television host and getting divorced from his wife of 25 years had sent shockwaves around the world. 8. Bezos is a master compartmentalizer, with an unmatched capacity to keep the complicated strands of his personal and business lives distinct. Those threads, though, had become knotted. 9. According to Bezos, Amazonians must always act with caution and excellent judgment. He had failed to satisfy his own high standards by conducting an extramarital relationship so recklessly that it became tabloid fodder. 10. Several current and former executives subsequently stated that Bezos' affair astonished and disappointed them. Their immaculate and blameless leader was a flawed human. 11. Despite everything that had happened, Bezos' invincible armor had only been scuffed slightly. Amazon's meteoric rise continued a year after the Bezos tabloid brawl. Its market capitalization was edging closer to the $1 trillion threshold. 12. Bezos' personal net worth plummeted from $170 billion to $110 billion after his divorce from McKinsey was finalized in July 2019. Nonetheless, Amazon's stock was so stable that he kept his title of richest person alive and regained all of his lost ground within a year. 13. Now the greatest challenge to Amazon in its 25-year history loomed: the COVID-19 pandemic, which was about to drive the entire world economy to the edge of utter collapse. 14. Despite the increased skepticism of big tech and Amazon's tighter grip on Western economies, in the year 2020, the firm had become a type of salvation, a life preserver thrown to millions of households worldwide as they quarantined amid the unrelenting attack of the COVID-19 pandemic. 15. By early March, the S-Team was meeting almost every afternoon at 4 p.m. Seattle time to coordinate their emergency response. 16. Finally, they determined that Amazon would hire 100,000 warehouse workers and temporarily raise pay by $2 an hour, as well as enhance overtime pay and provide staff with unlimited, unpaid time off. 17. Amazon announced in early April that it had given out millions of masks to employees and were distributing N95 masks to frontline healthcare personnel. 18. Many physical retailers closed their doors as COVID-19 spread through the United States and Europe. while vital supplies like toilet paper and disinfectant vanished from the shelves of those that remained open. 19. This tidal wave of uncertainty and fear bolstered Amazon and other online shops. It was now safer for a person to click and buy from the comfort and relative sterility of their own living room. 20. Online orders soared, and even Amazon's lagging departments, such as Amazon Fresh and its Whole Foods delivery business, witnessed massive increases in sales. According to one analyst, COVID-19 was like injecting Amazon with growth hormone. 21. Many Amazon warehouse employees started contracting the virus, and it became an incredibly difficult task to track them and ensure complete safety and adherence to guidelines. As a result, workers complained publicly, causing a media outrage. 22. While Amazon had previously resisted external criticism, they appeared to find it unacceptable when it came from within the company. As a result, they began dismissing anyone who spoke out, which caused even more uproar. 23. Tim Bray, a high-ranking software developer at Amazon, resigned in early May and posted a scathing retort on his personal website, claiming that the firings were unlawful and that Amazon's callous attitude towards its employees revealed a fault in the company's genetic structure. 24. Amazon's market cap had risen to $1.6 trillion by the end of the year. Its yearly revenues had increased by 37%, and Jeff Bezos was worth more than $190 billion. During the pandemic, his fortune had increased by more than 70%. 25. It was both a magnificent achievement and a stark contrast to the virus's devastating economic effects. The global economic playing field, already skewed toward Amazon and other internet behemoths, had shifted even further in their favor, while smaller and local businesses perished in record numbers. 26. In a historic announcement on February 2, 2021, Amazon said that Bezos would step down as CEO. He was to pass over the reins to Andy Jassy, the longtime CEO of Amazon Web Services. 27. The decision marked the end of one of the most spectacular runs in contemporary business history. 28. Over the course of a quarter century, Bezos had seized the idea to sell books on a new medium called the web and turned it into a global enterprise worth more than $1.5 trillion through creativity, embrace of technology, and ruthless pursuit of power. Author's style. Brad Stone's style can be a little confusing at first and needs acclimation because he tends to jump from topic to topic frequently, ending each on cliffhangers. This nevertheless contributes to making Amazon Unbound more interesting and engaging. At the end of the book, Stone includes a selection of pictures that illustrate Bezos' career from the early days of Amazon up until the present day. Author's perspective. Brad Stone is an American journalist and New York Times bestselling author of books that focus on tech corporations like Amazon, Uber, and Airbnb. His other book about Amazon, The Everything Store, Jeff Bezos and the Age of Amazon, has been translated into 35 languages and received the Financial Times Goldman Sachs Book of the Year Award in 2013. In writing about Amazon and Bezos, Stone may seem to be a little too eager to praise them and glide over the less favorable aspects of the company and CEO. He does, however, include criticism in several chapters, notably the last. We hope you enjoyed the insights on Brad Stone's Amazon Unbound. Purchase the book to learn more.
If you like this video, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Visit instaread.co to get more insights from this and thousands of other books. Use the code YouTube to get a discount on your subscription.